Hey guys, what's up? We thought we'd do something a little bit different and sort of do a reaction type of video. Obviously, one of our mottos for YKTR Sports is player to fan and fan the player, and you guys put some really thoughtful comments down, so I'll react to a few of them. So much, not so much player, maybe ex-player. Maybe pop up that old photo of me at the Warriors.
One of the comments was Warriors need Cleary or DCE?
I think every club needs a Cleary or DCE. Obviously, that'll be the ideal scenario. Really great halfbacks, both probably in their prime. Ches is probably about 32 now, so he's sort of kicking on. I think he's going to be a one-club player. Man, I think if any club if you ask any club, they'll probably want to have Nathan Cleary there as well. So I see Nathan. I said this yesterday. I see Nathan as a Panthers. He'll roll into the Roosters a little bit later. So obviously, yeah, it would be nice for the Warriors.
My concern about RTS and rugby is what it does for New Zealand Rugby League. Benji will retire and RTS is now off.
This is a really great question. And I think if you want to make international league a lot stronger, say you pulled out all the Samoan boys and they played for Samoa, or the Tongan boys and they played for Tonga, I think it'd be a lot more interesting competition, especially on the Australian side as well. Australia's going to put a good side together, but Tonga beat them. Same with New Zealand, but New Zealand, like if you look at the New Zealand Māori side, they're going to roll out over the next couple of weeks. That's a really good side as well, and you add a few of the white boys in there as well. It's still a great side. So I don't see New Zealand Rugby League going down too much off the back of this. Someone new will step out. Like Chance Nicol-Clodd said, he's going to be the fullback for the next couple of years for the Kiwis, which is going to be really cool. So the great thing about rugby league is we always got talent waiting. There's always a new guy coming through, and there's a guy that's been watching Roger Tuivasa-Sheck since he was 8 years old and practicing that sidestep. He's probably like 16, 17, and he's going to be the next guy. So it's just the way it works. It always does.
This one's sort of opposite of what you said yesterday, so I'd love your thoughts. If they make another Brisbane team, I think it'd be a good idea to make an 18th team as well. Another Victorian team would be good to have a Victorian rivalry to make rugby league bigger in Victoria.
No. I think if you look at Melbourne Storm, they're a rare exception. They're one of the greatest sides that have ever rolled out, especially over the last 20 years. They only come into the competition in 99. But if you look at all the Melbourne's players, none of them are actually from Melbourne. Like there's a couple, I think young Tunamapia was the first guy that ever made it, that come through the system there as well. So I think they're a rare exception. I don't think you can replicate what they've done. Obviously off the back of Melbourne's success. So a team like the Warriors, they tried and copied, when Steve Kearney went there, they all tried to copy what Melbourne were doing. But if you don't have that culture there, if it doesn't really fit into your style of play, it just doesn't work. And I think everyone tries to copy Melbourne. I think only Melbourne can be Melbourne. I think Manly had just as much success back in the day with doing what they were doing. They were going out 2 nights before a game. The whole team would go fly to New Zealand. Friday night, everyone was out on the piss down at the Viaduct, play Warriors on Sunday, beat them, fly home. So there's different ways of success, and I don't think copying Melbourne would be the best, and adding 2 new teams I don't think is the answer.
I think it's time for a quick ad break.
Is it? Oh, hey, guys, yeah. I was going, bro, what ads we got? Guys, we're dropping some shorts tomorrow. Got the Kobe's. Got the Hornets colours. If you love Mallow, we love Mallow. Dropping that colourway. And black and white. We've got some doozy hats coming as well, so pump for that. Back to the show.
In my opinion, there isn't enough talent in the key positions for another team.
I think so too. So if you run the exercise of let's grab the best players from Queensland Cup and the best players from New South Wales, and you put them into a team even outside the NRL's top 18, where does that team come in the competition? I reckon 15th, 16th. Yeah, I don't think there's enough talent for us right now, and that's why I think less teams would be the option.
Less teams and play and televised reserve grades on the same day, like prelims in the UFC. Perfect for the hardcore fans. And anyway, they can create more of those smaller contest sprints, like finals, Origin would be good. This bloke's from Brizzy.
Yeah, I love that. Great idea. If you looked at football back in the day, and if you think tickets are like $50 just to watch the first grade game, you kind of want to watch. Sometimes a lot of people want to watch the 20s and the reserve grade side. And by the time the first grade game comes around, like you're sort of amped and hyped, and you get to run your kids around, and they get tired by the end of the day. I think it's a great option, and you can start to sort of follow people's journeys, because you might hear about a kid from high school and he's a bit of a gun. So Joseph Sawali, I think a lot of people would want to watch him play reserve grade. He's got the attention, and then you can sort of watch him and you'll see, that's why Brad Fittler's talking about him, or that's why Trent Robinson, or that's why people are offering him $1 million because he's fucking 17 running over bloke. So reserve grade's underrated. It's an important part of your growth. All the older guys used to say 20s kind of ruined that, but I come from the 20s system and it was super fun. So, yeah, great idea. I think you should go 20s, reserve grade, and then first grade.
Here's a question from me. Swiley made the New South Wales Emerging Blues squad already, and he hasn't played a first grade game. Good?
Yeah, good. Throw him in. If you're good, just throw him in. Fuck it.
I reckon the Warriors should go for the Dragons fullback.
Matt Duffy, yeah. If you looked at the Dragons player last year, the way that they attacked is like kind of a bit too old school. They need a lot of players. Like Corey will go like drop, lead, out the back. With the game speeding up, that kind of play is really, really slow. I always reference this Trent Robinson conversation I've had down in Bronte. I seen him 2 days ago as well, and I go, bro, you're going to jump on a podcast? He said he's going to try and jump on in a couple months. He's got 4 to do. But I asked him a question. I go, what makes Luke Keary so good? And he goes, he doesn't need many players around him for him to throw his shape on, and he's a great 4-on-4 player. All he does is ruck recognition and sort of take off. But then going back to the Dragons, a lot of their best players come off the back of Dufty last year. Even when he got dropped, come back in, he was setting up their tries. It was kind of a 2-pass from Normie. It wasn't the big like drop out the back. It was just Normie catch, zing it straight to Dufty on the white and he'll just play as 4-on-4, goosey, long ball. But yeah, I think definitely could fit in the Warriors easily. I think Warriors are Australian fullbacks have been good in the past. Like Brent Webb was really good. I know he played for the Kiwis, but he was an Aussie. Wade McKinnon was fucking palming blokes off for a giggle. I don't know. Yeah.
Is there enough wooden spoons to go around Brisbane twice a year?
Bit of a giggle with that comment. I was talking to Alex Skinner last night and I go, how's training? And he goes, yeah, the boys have been the happiest they've been in a long time. And sometimes you want a happy team more than a talented team. So.
What a photo shoot as well.
Yeah, he's a glamour. All those Cook Island boys, man. We're good-looking boys, man.
Uncle Nick's, I reckon Peter Hicko should go to fullback. Remember he played fullback for Kiwis and pushed Sheck to the wing. He was gun there at Manly and he even had a stint there last year and was silky.
Peter Hicko is just a natural footballer. Football comes easy to him. I think he could easily fiddle into the fullback spot, but I think, does he want to play there? He's come off the back of a really bad leg injury at Penrith. He's flowing really well at centre. I'd keep him at right centre, but I'd re-sign him straight away because he can cover that fullback and centre and do both jobs really, really well. Probably could play 5'8" if one of the boys goes down as well. Peter Hicko's just a natural footballer. He's got it. Yeah, I don't think he would want to play fullback. There's too much K's in it, so that's just my opinion.
I'm going to sort of paraphrase this last one. Thursday night footy, take it to the bush, less traffic issues, smaller stadiums that will fill up. Friday night, have a double header at one of the big stadiums. Same for Saturday night footy with a triple header. He goes into pricing. And then Sunday's the opportunity for the American tailgate before the game. A lot more people in America where there are a lot more people and guns. Look, I'm thinking they're talking about guns in America. It means good players. They still make it happen. Why can't we do it here? How we change the scenario is making fans on the ground first, bring up the idea and see what people think. We'd rather see a full 10,000 stadium than a 30,000 stadium with 10,000 people.
I kind of get the context of this. So it's basically saying Thursday night out in the country. Yeah, good options. I think country league, rugby league's dying down at the moment, and those sort of games are always packed logistically. I don't know, is it that great for the players and stuff all the time as well? Yeah, I don't know. But I do like the other ideas, the double header. Kind of goes against the reserve grade 20s. I think I'd rather keep that system. But from a financial standpoint, like I know the reason they play at ANZ is because ANZ give them money. They give them kickbacks. So every time there's someone on the seat, there's someone kicking them back. They're getting kickbacks for money and stuff like that. So that's the only reason they're sort of playing out at those sort of joints. But I do love the Sunday idea. I love Sunday football. I love it when it's played in the daytime. Your style of football is just a lot better. It's open. It's free. It's what you want to watch. And it's nothing better. Like everyone says that, like Brookie, nothing. You can't beat Brookie on a Sunday, or then Leichhardt Oval. You can't beat Leichhardt Sunday on a Sunday. So I do love that tailgate theory, but just Sydney's a fucking logjam. Whoever designed Sydney, like fucking done the worst job. Like if you look at New York, one of the biggest cities, it's just perpendicular. You go to Adelaide, you go to like even Melbourne set up like properly. Sydney's just fucking all over the shop. And then we put our best stadium in the middle of nowhere, Homebush. Like, it's hard to get out there. There's no really bars and shit around. I don't know. Fucking someone. Who designed Sydney? Let's find him. Sort him out.
Hey, but whoever designed the Harbour Bridge, that was the smartest thing. He should have done the rest of Sydney. All those big lanes, everything like that.
Yeah, done well. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, new shorts drop tomorrow. Get some.